morning, everyone. Today we have here live with us from Nuuk, Greenland, Robert Price, CEO of Greenland Energy Company, and Larry Swets, Chairman. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Hi, Mo. Good morning.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you. As you know, everyone here today who's coming from Reddit, StockTwits, Discord, and X, we have about over 40 sponsors. Greenland is one of them. Obviously, do your own due diligence, but we try to bring you the latest available information from all the firms that we see that are active, that are doing interesting changes and bringing value to the world. So, interesting background, guys. Where are you guys here? Where are you guys today?
We're in Nuuk, Greenland. We're here meeting with many of our contractors as we get ready to drill our first 2 wells, oil wells this year. Nuuk, Greenland it's beautiful, just beautiful right now. You can see in the background, that's the ocean and the mountains in the background. It's truly incredible to be here.
Wow. And how often do you guys go there? We know you guys are about to drill soon, in a few months or so. How often do you guys go up there to make sure everything is heading the right direction?
Well, Mo, I would say that, you don't wake up tomorrow morning and say, I want to drill a well in the Arctic Circle. It's all about logistics. And so we've been planning this for over a year. We've been to Constable Point Airport. That's the airport that was built by Arco, the same company that discovered Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. That's the largest field in the United States at 13 billion barrels of oil. Arco spent $250 million building that airport and getting ready. And so our team has been there. We've repositioned our equipment, getting ready to build the road in a town of
So everyone, it looks like we lost their signal while they're in a remote location in Greenland. Hopefully they come back right on. In the meantime, if you want to get the most recent updates, please go to reddit.com/r/GLND to get the latest information on Greenland Energy Company. The company is doing a lot of interesting things. They're very geopolitically involved right now in what's happening in the world as the Strait of Hormuz is shut down with the price of oil creeping up every day. All you have to do on your commute is look at the price of oil, and you can see that this commodity is getting more expensive every day. And United States and other Western countries are going to be in a very dire straits very soon. We're in big trouble, guys. And the question is, what are we going to do? Well, the answer is companies like Greenland Energy Company. What we need to do is dig for more oil, find more oil in the Western Hemisphere where we live, and make sure our homes, our industry, our cars are secured. Otherwise, we're going to become like Germany. Germany with the Ukraine-Russian war, if you look at their economy and the damage that has been done to the industry, is something that is super shocking. Because they were not thinking strategically and not forward planning, they sacrificed their industry. And look what's happening to Germany right now. The European economy, which Germany is, I think, if I remember the last time looking, the strongest economy there, is being sacrificed because they don't have enough natural resources, oil, gas, which they relied on delivery from Russia. And now look where they're at. We don't want that to happen to the United States and North America, right? So that's why we have brave companies like Greenland Energy Company, a proud sponsor of this show, who is making sure that they're finding oil and making sure that we continue to have oil for our industry, for our people here in North America. Hopefully Polar Bear did not get these guys. Hey Larry, did Polar Bear get you guys? Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah, so you know what? We're going to give you a real-time understanding of what it's like to do things in Greenland. Our battery started off this morning at 100%. We were doing some testing on it. When we started, we were at 40%, and it went from 40 to 0 while we were talking to you. So the cold is real, and even though it's not that cold here, it just shows you, kind of the impact of being, in the Arctic, right?
Yeah, no.
So extrapolate that from just like cell phones and iPads to what it's going to be like to have to deal with drilling. But that's the thing. That's why this wasn't possible before, and it is now, because we know how to do all that stuff. So.
Right, and you guys have to make sure everything works there while you're there. A few minutes ago, I was updating the people here. We have hundreds of thousands now members on Reddit for Greenland Energy Company, showing them and describing why we need to do this, because every day as we drive in the Midwest, the price of oil inches up every day. From $2.85, I think now is $4.25. I know that's considered cheap in many parts of America, but it's pretty expensive here in the Midwest. I explain how it's great companies like Greenland Energy Company that are hoping to solve this problem here for us in North America and USA, so we don't end up like Germany when their gas supplies were cut. The industry just knows that.
Yeah.
Right? Can't have that.
Yeah, and Mo, you're right about that, because what's happened in the Strait of Hormuz is Iran is now empowered to disrupt not only oil back and forth, but commerce. And they could really hurt our overall economies, not only in Europe, but here in the United States. And so that's what we're looking to do. As I mentioned before, ARCO discovered Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, the largest oil field in the United States. This was their number one prospect. Says that
we lost the head.
Is that our engineer's report, Mo, is that we could have the same amount or more, 13 billion barrels of oil. So it could be at peak production, like Prudhoe Bay, we could be over 1.5 and beyond million barrels of oil a day, which could help shore up European and U.S. energy security and their economies.
Right, and I was explaining to our guest today that this is a strategic geopolitical play. This needs to be done. If it wasn't Greenland, someone else will be doing it, right? Because we're not be dependent on Strait of Hormuz anymore, right? So Larry, what's going to happen next, guys? What's the next step for Greenland Energy Company?
Yeah, so we've got the capital raise behind us. And that was a really important milestone, so that we don't have to think about, how we finance this. We always had the confidence that it was possible in different ways, but to have that behind us is a huge milestone. And so right away, the team, secured all of the contracts and equipment in order to stay on track for this fall and winter. So you're going to start to see updates, via press releases and other things as we, continue to execute on those milestones. But for me and as an investor, I'm looking at that September timeframe when those ships leave for Greenland, and that's go time, right? Again, there'll be lots of updates over the summer to give investors confidence that we're on track for that. But that's the big one.
Amazing. We're noticing again more coverage on Greenland Energy Company as more people are seeing interest there. We're also noticing you guys are basically buying back stock, especially Larry, which shows confidence. If the C-suite has confidence in putting their own money on the line, I'm sure other people will follow you guys soon. Well,
yeah.
Short and sweet, guys. Thank you so much for the update. Looking forward to more updates from you guys as you guys go forward. We're all praying for you guys here in the United States and making sure you guys get more oil for us so that gas goes below $4 again. Well, thank you so much.
Excellent.
Well, hey, I just want to do a quick shout out to the people of Greenland. We've been here. We've been, very well received. The people are amazing. We're here for a conference called Future Greenland. And, they're very focused on how they can, move their economy forward. And we're going to be a big part of that. Our companies, combined are spending over $70 million in the local economy, through bringing equipment here and spending money on local people. And we're really excited about, that partnership with the people and the companies here. So just a shout out to them.
Well said, Larry. Yes.
Yeah, and for everyone who's here today from Reddit, StockTwits, X, and Discord, we'll be doing this as a series of interviews, bringing you behind the scenes as the company grows in Greenland. And hopefully, talk to people from Greenland as well to see how that impacts them. Their own jobs created, their economy will be benefiting from this as well. And we want to reflect this and show the reality of the land, show from both sides in a fair way so that everybody understands. Well, thank you so much. Hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mo.
Thanks, Mo.
See
Great
you
to see
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.